And we are
Hello,
live.
hello, Northampton, you beautiful, beautiful beauties. How is everyone doing? Nick, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right, mate. Yeah. It's nice the weather today, so that's always good, isn't it?
It is. And Josh, wait a minute. Yes, as you might have seen, our illustrious host Josh isn't with us tonight, but he'll be with us next week. So there we go. You're stuck with us two boobs, basically. So and
Yeah.
what a lovely pair we are. Huh?
The two loose cannons without their anchor. What could possibly go wrong?
Shit.
Fucking everything.
instantly swearing to get us through this, but no, I'm sure it's going to be fine. So anyone out there who's watching us, our regulars, hit us up in the comments, please, to support me and Nick through this time
Yeah.
of us two having to carry what Josh is normally so good at. But we'll see how it goes. That's the whole point. It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, we're just loading difficult times upon difficult times
We
for
thought
us.
it was going too well, so we thought we'd throw. Josh thought he'd teach us a lesson, throw a couple. No, but all seriousness, yeah, he'll be with us next week. Couldn't make it tonight, so yeah, that's what it is. But how's your week been, dude?
It's been good so far, yeah. Again, nothing really changes. I suppose that's the same for everyone as usual. I am still going to work every day. I'm nice and busy at work, so that's always good. It's nice to be busy, taking all my thoughts into work rather than mind wandering, doing nothing all day.
Yeah, of
I think
course.
I would be. Honestly, I do feel for people that are not working or don't have like something to do with their day. Um, and I consider myself pretty lucky in that sense. How
Yeah,
about
it's
you,
good.
Andy? What's going on?
It's good you're able to. No, what, mate? Just the usual. I've been trying to keep myself busy. I worked out, well, not worked out, but I was a girl I work with, as you know, we're also furloughed, has actually left and started a new job as of this week. So she is started a new job from furlough, which I thought was quite interesting. So she got a new job in Manchester, but she's still down this way of the country, and the new employer have sent her the equipment to work from home. So she started on Monday. So it's quite an interesting little chat of kind of we had leaving drinks for her on Friday, kind of virtually. So that was pretty fun.
Yeah, I remember
Um,
seeing. I remember we were chatting online, watching Wayne's World,
we
and
were while
you
I was at
spent
a
a lot of
leaving
it.
party.
Spent a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
it getting drunk with your leaving party.
If one thing in this situation, it is cool because you can go to multiple parties at the same time and be in the same location. So I
Yeah.
had you on my laptop and the lads watching Wayne's World, and then I was on my phone at a leaving party for someone from work. So yeah, it worked out. It worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. But we were all talking. There's a bunch of us on it, and someone realised it was 9 weeks since we well, for me anyway, of not being in the office and stuff, because we were originally working from home and then we were furloughed, and I was like, 9 weeks, are you serious? So yeah, which is crazy. So I think it's been a bit longer as well, because my company were a little bit, they did it and had us working from home, but they were a little bit behind compared to some people I know who'd already started, maybe a week or two earlier than that. So yeah, it's going to be a long old slog for some people out there.
Yeah, it's like, what is it, week 7 of like lockdown for everyone? I think some companies started early, didn't they?
Well, we're on episode 6, so I think we
Yeah.
were in it, weren't we? So yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. So yeah, I think it is 7. Yeah, I think it's 7 weeks. You're right.
Yeah, so before this, we were just twiddling our thumbs on Wednesday nights, but now we have something to do with our Wednesday evenings,
There we go.
namely get drunk and talk on the internet.
Speaking of getting drunk, what are you drinking, Nicholas?
Hey, oh, that's a beautiful segue. That was a Josh-esque
That was a
segue.
Josh-esque. Thinking
Well,
about you, bro. You taught me well.
yeah, rather disappointingly at the moment, but I will get on. I'm on the European imported Heineken lager. But I do have I got a beer garage order again.
Oh,
And there's not enough beards on the screen apparently, according to Laura. But
oh,
yeah,
sorry,
sorry
Laura.
about that.
I
Well,
mean, I thought mine makes up
I've
for
also
mine.
shaved and just gone with the mustache.
Yeah,
So there's
mine makes up for something that's lagging. I don't know, but well,
yeah,
can't
but
please them all.
I did a beer garage order again, and I did get it delivered way quicker than I thought it was going to be. I ordered it at 10 a.m. yesterday, and it got delivered at 6.
And you drank it
The
all by
same
7?
day. Yeah, and I got really pissed and had a lovely Tuesday night. No, I've still got some left over, namely this one, which is a really large can. It's like a can of Monster size can. But I thought it was. I ordered it specifically because it's called the C-Bomb.
The C-Bomb, yeah.
And I did drop the C-Bomb last week.
Like we say, don't say the C word on the show, and you
broke
that cardinal rule. Oh, doesn't matter. Yeah, don't worry about it. No, can't.
So I'm going to drop 2 C-Bombs tonight.
Lovely. What's
I've
the
already
flavour
done
of
one.
that?
It's a Citra Pale Ale. American Pale Ale brewed with large quantities of Citra hops.
I was really hoping it was going to be like
large quantities. It is large. It is a large can.
I was hoping you were going to say it was cedarwood, something gross.
Yeah, what's the C? Oh, Citra.
Oh, right.
568 mils of C-Bomb.
Hello. Well, I have also gone a bit out there this week. So I got an Instagram. Funnily enough, because we were always banging on about beer every week and how please sponsor us, someone who sells beer. I've been Googling a lot of beer, and I had my order from the beer garage the other week and stuff. So all my Instagram adverts are just full of beer at the minute, like a lot of people's, I imagine.
Could be worse.
So Lidl have a beer festival on at the minute, and they had a couple, and I thought that could sound quite nice. So I got this in Lidl, and it is a raspberry mash, which is raspberry and coffee stout, or sour even, not even stout. Ooh. So I am prepared for this to be disgusting because, as Nick alluded to, I had some leaving drinks for someone at work and had another one of the little beers, and it annihilated me. So I'm prepared for this to be disgusting and just in a very colourful can. So as a backup, I've got a trusty Kona Big Wave, which I know is nice. So, a
palate cleanser.
Palate cleanser, exactly. People in the chat, let us know what you're drinking. I can see we got Tim Astrop. Founders. He's always on the Founders IPA.
Is he?
What demon? I swear he was on that a couple of weeks ago.
Well, last week he had the passion fruit guava thing, the same as us.
Yeah, because I had
it was
mine.
Like passion fruit week.
Yeah. Well, let me crack this.
That may well have been a Founders. Oh yeah, Aaron's on the Wild Beer Pogo, which is one of my favourite ones. I had one of them last week.
Aaron, did you get that from the beer garage?
Yes.
I know you. Yeah.
Now, Laura's drinking Prosecco because she's fancy.
Live, love, laugh.
She is. Keep calm and drink Prosecco. Or
Emma's drinking Corona. Whoa, you're dangerous.
Yep, and she spilt some on the lawn earlier.
Lovely.
We live together.
So who else got Wolfgang Black coffee? Well, that's a good one to have, brother. I
hope he is in Los Angeles, so that's why he's drinking coffee.
We'll let that one slide. So let me see what this is like. So cheers, everyone out there watching.
Cheers. Aaron can attest for that. He said he did indeed order it from Beer Garage. Sorry to interrupt you there, Andy. 3rd week in a row ordering from them, and they are good.
Nice. Yeah. Again, anyone who hasn't seen, check out Beer Garage, Northampton business, and amazing deliveries we're all discovering. I literally ordered mine, like Nick, one day. The guy knocked on my door the same day with 6 delicious beers that I've gone through.
They do not fuck about with deliveries. And also, just to say, we're not sponsored by Beer Garage.
We're not. We're trying to be.
Yeah, we're doing our fucking best to get some free booze.
Is it obvious?
I want free booze. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Can of Red Stripe there. From Henry, nice one. Demon, love it. This, by the way, is really nice. I'm pleasantly surprised. So well done, Lidl. I'm gutted I bought one. I should have bought more of them. So Raspberry Mash, which is by, I don't even know the brewery. It's somewhere in Scotland. Some Scottish brewery. I'll find out.
Narrow it down. Scotland is larger than you think. But claps in the chat for Lidl.
71 Brewing Co. So yeah, it's really nice. I recommend it.
Nice. I always forget what is it? Is it Aldi or Lidl that's where the Cron used to be? Is it Aldi? I think it's Aldi.
That is Aldi. The Cron. Yeah.
I do get my if I'm going to gigs in Birmingham or London. Obviously, I haven't been for a while. But if I go to gigs in London or Birmingham, I get my train beers from Aldi.
Nice, mate. Nice.
And
Well,
they've got it's a nice like a Dutch Pilsner thing. It's
oh
very
yeah,
palatable.
they do. Yeah,
Very
it's nice.
palatable.
In the little stubbies as well. They used to always like at a family barbecue. There'd be like those little glass stubby bottles.
Yeah, small can, big taste.
Yeah.
We should do this professionally.
What?
We should do this professionally. I'm like fucking Don Draper over here.
I know. Lidl, by the way, Lidl for the win. I'm going to go back and get some more. This is limited edition as well. So when it's gone, it's gone. It even says that in the aisle that it's on. Like when it's gone, it's gone. Like, so, yeah.
Nice.
Love that.
Nice.
Yes, we're going to get to that, Emma, but well done. Emma Kemp has lovely put a comment in there. So we've got to give a shout out to Mr. Chris Serbin.
Yes.
And his lovely wife, Kim, had just had a baby boy. He was born on May the 4th, so he's a Star Wars baby. And I feel awful because his name is
Han Solo.
Han Solo Chewbacca Serbin. So unbelievable, really. I can't believe they actually went for it. But hey, no, I'm going to look right now because it escapes me. I want to say Henry. Someone will correct me very quickly, though, I imagine, in the chats. But great news. We have a new child to the gang who is going to join the NN Social and be on here soon, I imagine. So, but yeah, well done, Chris. Congratulations to you and Kim. Excellent work, Kim. He looks very cute, by the way.
Yeah, I think Kim might have done more of the hard work. So
yeah, I think so. But I don't want to take anything away from Chris.
Yeah,
so,
I'm not a doctor, but I do think it's a little bit harder for the lady.
It is Harry. I did have it right. So Harry Francis Serbin. Welcome to the world, young man.
I thought you said Henry, but I'm glad we've cleared it up now.
Damn, Nick.
Josh
wouldn't have ratted me out like that. He's just gone with it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Josh would
man.
have anchored that. Well, yeah. Josh would have got the name right first off, and we would have had to bumble through.
Yeah, instead of someone having to remind us to do it. So, but thank you, Emma. Thanks for reminding us. Yeah,
welcome to the world, Harry.
Welcome to the world, young Harry. Yeah,
Harry Han Solo Chewbacca Serbin.
Chewbacca Serbin. Yeah, I think maybe it's double-barreled the last name. It might be Serbin Hut, as in like Jabba, but I'm not, as in pizza, but I'm not sure. So yeah. Nick's. Yeah, he is listening to me close, Emma. Yeah, Emma's pointing out that you're listening to everything I'm saying, so I need to not fuck up.
When Josh's ears are missing, my other senses are heightened.
Is that right?
I don't know. I might be making it up.
If you're enjoying me and Nick bumbling our way through this, we do have an announcement to make as well, don't we, Nick?
Yes, we do. We had such a fun time on Friday watching Wayne's World with our pals, and we thought, wouldn't it be a great idea to watch more with our pals?
Exactly.
So what we're going to do is on Friday night we're going to watch Spinal Tap at 9:00 on Friday night. So we'll do it from our NN Social YouTube page. Obviously, we don't have the licensing to show the film. So what we're going to do is do a live commentary on it, and we'll all just click play on our own copies of the film, whether you've got it on DVD or you download it via YouTube or Amazon or whatever you want to use it. Wayne's World 2, Tim, we will be watching that privately again on Saturday night. Perhaps we'll invite you to join us with that.
Maybe, yeah.
But on Friday night, we're going to watch Spinal Tap, 9:00. So all you need to do is be online on YouTube. If you do want to join us, fucking join us. You can join the live stream. We can join the live commentary with us. All you need is a copy of the film to watch along with us. And then we'll have some fun, get drunk on a Friday night and watch the movie.
That's it. Yeah, that's the plan. So if you want to join us, feel free. Message us. You can join the show as well. It's literally just going to be us watching Spinal Tap. There's going to be no technical bits to it. We're literally going to go, okay, 3, 2, 1, play, and then we're just going to press play and talk about the film and talk about some other stuff. So if you want to join us, please join us, then that'll be excellent.
Yeah, we just have to make sure that we're all watching the same version, because when we were watching Wayne's Pod on Friday, there were some people watching like a director's cut and some people watching the normal one. And we got out of sync a little bit. But yeah, it's fine. We'll make sure that's all easy to sort, isn't it, I suppose?
Oh my God, Glenn's online. Look in the chat. Glenn Moore in the house.
Oh, I'm a little bit behind, so I haven't seen that yet.
You'll see in a
Moore.
sec. Hello.
There he is. Yeah,
Hello,
I can
good
see
man.
It. Nice one.
Good man.
So, I mean, that's a perfect time to introduce our first guest.
We have two amazing guests today, and we're going to bring out the first one right now.
So our first guest is the fucking coolest person in the world. And she's got some really fun stuff to do with her lockdown. And she's fucking inspirational. And there does seem to be a slight lag with her stream. So we'll just keep chatting until that comes back on. I'm just going to open a fresh beer.
So
should I drop the C-bomb now, or shall I do the shall I do this very common Beavertown Bloody Hell Blood Orange IPA?
I just go. It's in your hand. It's near to you, isn't it?
I'm already there. I'm already there.
Yeah.
There is some movement on Clem's thing, so let's go with that. Here is Clem. Way claps in the chat for Clem, please.
It's Clem. It's Clem. Let's get some claps in the chat. There's already some in there.
You are live on the internet. You can say fuck or cunt or bugger.
Fuck, cunt, bugger!
Yay!
Thanks,
Clem. How are you? You all right?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. How are you guys?
Very well,
Excellent.
very well.
Thank you. I'll point something out quickly. You've probably seen that we got a logo now, like professionals, in the top corner. I will ask Nick if he can change the logo because it's cutting Clem's lovely eye.
I can do that because
no, you don't move, Clem. We've got a different one. Get ready for this.
Real...
Professionalism.
Yeah. So there you go.
Hey!
Look at that. Much better.
Props to Meg for that.
Thank you, Meg. Mega Miggies man made that for us. Thank you, Meg.
It looks a bit like you're wearing glasses.
I'm a tiger.
It's kind of haunting, yeah.
It's like a dog Snapchat filter.
That's mad.
Yeah, well, welcome, Clem.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
We're excited to have you, mate.
I'm drinking generic lager because that's all I ever drink.
Good for you.
And it's a twist cap, so you don't even need a bottle opener.
Well, that is for convenience sake.
It is for convenience.
So you can drink more of them quickly.
Yes, that's what it's for. I thought I'd do this from the van. So
yeah. Where are you? Where are you, Clem?
I'm in an alleyway. I love alleyways, so that's where I put my van.
This is our first on-location guest.
Yeah,
and the location is the bottom of your garden, but still.
Because we're in the van, the connection might be a bit shit, but hopefully not.
Yeah, we're doing all right so far, mate.
We're doing all right without your consent, which isn't usually acceptable, but I hope you guys don't mind.
As long as we're not locked in.
Yeah.
No, the doors are open. You can leave anytime you want.
Yeah, that's what they always say when they get you in the van, you know? Like, how many times have you wanted to say, get in the van? Like, how many times?
I'm going to do that thing they do in horror movies where they just click the button on the window and you're locked in.
Yeah. So, are you able to give us a quick look at the interior of your van?
Yeah,
so we can see where we're locked into for the next.
This is a world exclusive as well. I laid my floor today.
Wait.
Here's my floor.
Oh
yes. That is fucking gorgeous.
That's like proper laminate as well.
It's proper. That's a massive roll of vinyl.
Oh.
It looks good.
Then there's my ceiling. There's a skylight.
Nice. Look at that.
My face. That's a fan.
So, Clem, for people watching who potentially don't know you, I can see there's a lot of people who do know you. Why are we in your van? Because it might seem a bit strange to some people.
And also, why the fuck have you got a van?
I'm building a camper van in the back of just a normal van, because I wanted to build a camper van is the short and easy answer to that. Why have I got a van? I've wanted to get a van since I was 13 years old, because I think the appeal is kind of like, it's basically like having a den like you make when you're a kid, except it's going to look a lot better because you've got more skills as a grown-up to make things not be shit and just out of towels or whatever. And also you can have a driving license and you can just move it wherever you want.
Hell
Yeah.
That's kind of the appeal to doing it. And I wanted to do it for a very long time. Never had any money because I'm not one of those people that just saves money at any point in my life. So I just got a fucking credit card, and that's why I'm on now.
Free money.
Yeah, it's not my money. Essentially, it's not my van. Any point it can be taken off me if I don't pay it back on time. Yeah.
I remember that you went. Sorry, Andy. Yeah, I remember you went to great lengths and distances to retrieve this van, right?
I did. So basically, I was on holiday with my boyfriend and his family and some of their friends.
Hello, Charlie.
He's upstairs. I think I can't see him.
I hope he's watching.
I think he's watching. So I think actually his family are watching as well. So family friend Brian, while we were talking about my plans to buy a van, just happened to mention that he's got a van that he doesn't use and he was going to scrap it, but it's in Belfast. So I just said, I'll have that van if you don't mind. We'll just go and get it. So for the first time in my life, I actually got given something pretty substantial for free, which I'm very, very thankful for. I'm very lucky. But yeah, it meant that we got to go on a sick adventure to Belfast. So we were there for a couple of nights, tried to see everything, and then just went and picked the van up and got the ferry back home, and now it's in sweet old Northampton.
Nice. Was it a nervy thing, like being like, how's it going to be driving a van back from Belfast to Northampton that I know nothing about, really?
I think it's all a nervy thing. I think it's not dissimilar to buying a house where you put all of your money that you have into it and you actually don't know if it's going to fall apart or not. But
yeah.
The way I'm trying to not think about that is I've imagined the van as an extension of myself. So if something goes wrong with it, I just have to spend money on it. I just have to fix it because I've made the decision now. I've got it. And there have been a few mechanical issues, which I don't know how to fix. I am not a mechanic. So I've had to spend a little bit of money on it already, getting things sorted out. But it's kind of every time you put something else in the van, every time you spend £100 on wood, and you're screwing it into the walls of the van, you're thinking, if this van just breaks down, I can never use it again. This was such a waste. But yeah, it's just probably like anything else in life, where if you don't get on with it and do it, then you're never going to do it. So
well, I think if
I don't do this before I'm 30, I'm not going to fucking do it. So
I think the fact that you are doing it, and like when it's done and you take it on that first holiday or whatever, the fact you've made it all, aside from the van, but you know, essentially you've turned it into a camper van, is just going to make it that much more sweeter. You know, like that you're like, this is mine, like sick, and I can kind of go off and go wherever I want. You know.
Yeah, I mean, part of the reason, as well as the fact that I've got a mobile den, which is sick, is that I've just always had like an obsession with. Some people think I'm a little bit OCD, but I like to make sure everything's exactly how I like it. Not much of a team player, so it means I can make it. I've got myself a space where I can do everything exactly how I want it, and yeah, that's the appeal. I wanted to get like a tiny house. I wanted to be one of the tiny house people. But that's just even more complicated. So this is what I'm doing instead, and it's going to be so fun.
Good for you. You'll like this. The chat has been blowing up for you, Clem. But Glenn has got some pearls of wisdom for you, and he says, "Clem, you can do anything at any age." Huh?
Classic Glenn. I actually did. I've got a little bit of a surprise for everybody. That seems like a perfect segue.
We didn't even know about this.
No, you didn't. I'm sorry, guys, to throw this on you.
Let's hope it isn't nudity.
Someone who really wanted to be here today but couldn't be, and because Make-A-Wish Foundation don't supply wishes for middle-aged men, we're doing it. We're doing it here.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
Yeah. Here we go.
Did you dress
one
up
way or another? He would make it onto this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Cheers. This will probably be the highlight of my 2020. I thought I'd dress for the occasion.
What a handsome bastard.
Just put a few threads on.
Looking absolutely gorgeous. Predictably, to be fair.
Missing you guys. Hope you're all well. I just want to thank you guys for allowing me to come on the show. It's a pleasure and a privilege. Thank you.
Claps in the chat. Yeah. Oh, what a lovely surprise that was.
I know you didn't actually allow him to come on the show, but he said thank you anyway. There you go.
He's a gentleman, isn't he, for that? And he looked so dashing as well.
And he's watching, so he can see it. We were trying to plot like some way that he could just walk to my house, walk down the alleyway, and then I could open the doors and he would just be there. But we thought maybe it would be a little bit awkward and he'd just be sitting in the cold for half an hour waiting.
And then it turns out he's at the wrong van and he's just like banging on it. He just shows up, he's banging on a random van. Like, are you in there, Glenn?
So he instead he got dressed up, went to the lamplight and shot me a little video. There you go.
Oh, I tell you what, I was excited about seeing the lamp garden. That like made my heart.
I know. He's just taking the piss at the moment. He's just posted on Facebook all the time about how he's the only person on earth that can still drink in the lamplight.
Well, he's got to keep those lines clean. He's got to keep those lines clean.
He's got to keep the lines clean by drinking all the beer. Yeah.
The pub could reopen at any point. Yeah.
To Glenn. We got some chat. We got some claps in the chat for Glenn. Nice one. That was lovely. That was absolutely lovely.
So the reason that if anyone, there's probably a lot of people that don't know why the fuck Glenn was just on, but a few weeks ago on this show there was quite a lot of interest in having Glenn on the show. We've made it happen.
By hook or by crook, we got it in. Nice one. How was watching the show with your illustrious boss the other week?
Oh, it was amazing.
Fun? Good to see him.
I've never been more excited to watch anything. I don't think ever. I can't quite explain it. We just love Paul so much. It was just so exciting to see him. On the internet.
On the internet. We were joking backstage earlier before we came on the show, saying that Paul went out and bought a computer specifically just to come on the NN Social, and I wanted to spread that rumor, but apparently not, because he is Northampton's wealthiest man, according to some of the questions that we got sent in. So
well, he says it's fake news, but I don't believe.
In case anyone forgot, he has agreed to a party at his house for every person that lives in Northampton after this is all over.
Yes, and we do have that on YouTube, so it is binding, absolutely binding.
Yeah, and it's going to be one hell of a pie.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
he's got quite a fancy house. I actually asked Paul. I asked Paul if I could, because I'm potentially going to just be living in the van. which is a really exciting thing to do if you live in California or something. But I live in Northampton, and there are some security issues that come along with that lifestyle. I asked Paul if I could live in the car park behind his house. Unfortunately, I can't because it doesn't belong to him. So, but now that I know it doesn't belong to him, I can just turn up there.
Yes,
And
he can't turf
kick
you
me
away.
out. He can't turf you away because it's not his car park. Sorry.
So
Sorry, everyone else.
realistically, what you're actually doing is figuring out if he could have you removed. So well done, you. I like it.
Yeah,
You did a bit
yeah,
of
yeah.
research. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing. Very nice, mate. Very nice. Well, we're excited. If people want to check out your van updates, where can they check out your van updates for people who don't really
They
follow?
can check out my van updates on Instagram on Stuff Made by Clem.
Stuff. So do you make other stuff other than a camper van?
There's a few other bits on there. Basically, I've always liked making stuff and learning stuff, and I always have like a new thing every few months. I decide I'm going to become a hairdresser, or I decide I'm going to become a carpenter, and then the next month I don't really care about it that much anymore. But I have actually got a backlog of stuff that I've made, and I just thought I'll just fucking start posting it because I like it. And otherwise it's a kind of a waste of my time. Not really.
And I suppose during this situation that a lot of us find ourselves in, it's a good time to, I suppose, throw yourself into something that maybe, I don't know, I don't want to speak for you, but has it been a hobby before and you find you've got more time now as opposed to you'd have to kind of fit it around your working hours or stuff like that?
Yeah, it's honestly, Nick, you were saying earlier that you're lucky to be working. I'm feeling pretty lucky to be not working at the moment. But if I didn't have this van, then I don't know what I would be doing. I would just be watching all of the television, and that's probably
all of it.
Yeah, all of it. But yeah, so on the page there's it's mostly van stuff. Because I wasn't gonna set up an account for the whole van life thing, because I don't know, I kind of felt like it was a little bit self-serving. But it turns out everybody else seems to be more interested in the van than I am, even. So really, so which is really nice. Like, I started the account, and pretty much everyone I know has started following it. Some people have sent me messages saying that like they look forward to seeing the updates and stuff, which is really nice. So yeah, and it'll be a nice thing to look back on when it's all done.
Yeah, myself personally, as soon as you started posting stuff, I was like, this is fucking amazing. So fucking cool just to watch the progress of it. And it genuinely is inspirational to see you fucking getting really stuck in and like turning this van into something that's amazing. And every step is like cool and really proud of you.
Well, thank you very much. It's very weird to be described as inspirational. I noticed that you wrote that on your Instagram story the other day. But yeah, it's a lovely thing to be described as. So thanks.
No, because it's true though. Because like, for example, I know for a fact I couldn't do anything like that. Anything handy. I mean, I can put IKEA stuff together because tells you what to do. But actually measuring stuff.
Put IKEA stuff together.
DT was like like woodwork DT, anything like that. I was rubbish at, So the fact you're literally making a camper van on your own, like essentially, is crazy, and it is inspiring,
It's fucking cool.
Thank you, guys.
Really cool.
You're very welcome. Yeah. You're very
welcome.
Well,
I don't want anyone to sit there thinking she's just picked all of this up from nowhere. How amazing! Because I went to college to learn essentially carpentry. It was at Martin College. It was called furniture studies. So I did study it for a year. I know the basics of woodwork and how to stick things together. So I'm not just going, I'm just going to try this out. Look, I'm so good at it already. How good am I, guys? But I have had to learn quite a few little bits as well along the way. I don't like metal. I don't know how to do metal. I've had to cut metal and screw into metal, which is not enjoyable for me. But yeah, and there's some other things that I am going to need help with, because I don't want to blow up my van and I'm not doing the electrics by myself.
Yeah.
Well, that's a shout out on the NN social. Anyone who's out there watching
Yes,
who can do
it is.
electrics or
Please
knows
help
someone
me.
who can do electrics, hit up
What
our
I
girl Clem.
need, what I need is someone to, like, I need them to tell me everything that I need to buy, and I'll buy it, and then you can just plug it all in. That's what I need.
It's a good plan. Yeah. So if there are electricians, get in touch.
Or you know anyone.
At stuff
you
made
know.
by Clem.
At
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah,
made by Clem.
thank you.
Okay, right.
Good.
So we are 35 minutes in. So
Lovely. Flowing.
let's invite our next guest.
Let's.
So I think she's ready. I can see her backstage. She's smiling at me, so that's a good sign.
That's a good sign. Thanks.
So please welcome to the stream, Elle Delaney.
Hi.
Elle.
How are you guys?
Very good.
I saw you a
Claps in
minute
the
ago.
chat for Elle, please. Claps in the chat for Elle.
Woo.
I just need to point out, can you hear Elle? Can you hear Elle?
I can.
Can I hear
personally.
what?
Okay, it's probably mine. I'm going to go in and come out again
Yeah.
because I'm really sorry. This happens every week. It's not you, it's me.
Oh, okay.
So,
I've
We
got
can
a
hear
really
you, Elle.
weird setup.
yeah,
here, so.
I say that to all the girls. It's not you, it's me. So I'll come back in 2 secs.
Okay. So how you doing, Elle? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. I was just the cat got trapped in here because he like wanted to be in here, but he couldn't like be on my lap. Because obviously I've got the guitar, so I had to like call Wes and be like, I can't move because of the cables. Can you come and get the cat?
we've lost Clem a little bit as well.
Oh.
But we'll crack on and hope that her 4G in the van is working strong enough to come
We
back.
did the important bit. She spoke. We've done the important part.
She hasn't installed the wireless router in the van just yet, but she's going to get to that. Maybe an electrician will do that for her. Or advise her on how to do it herself because she's fucking incredibly technically gifted. Okay, right. So let's just crack on. We're 37 minutes in.
Cool.
Let's get going.
Cool.
So I understand, Elle, that you're going to play some songs that may have never been heard before. Is that right?
Yeah. So originally, basically Celeste, she posted. Does everyone know Celeste?
We do, yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing vocalist. Check her out if you don't know her. But yeah, she posted like a cover in the sun, and it was so pretty. And I was like, I'm gonna do the same. I'm inspired. And then I got invited on the show, and I was like, you know what? I'll save it. And then I was like practicing, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just going to play my own songs. So, which have never been heard before, only by a handful of people. So I'm currently like working on recording them for my EP. But I was like, I'm just going to play them. I need to play them at some time. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well, now is as good a time as any.
Right.
So if you're ready, you can give us one of those songs.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear we can hear the microphone. Can we hear the guitar? Let's just check.
Yeah. Earlier, the amp was cutting out, but I think I've resolved the issue. So let's just pray that everything is okay.
Prayer emojis in the chat, please.
Prayer emojis in the chat,
please. Everybody, please.
Okay, right. So the stage is yours, Elle, and we'll see you in a moment.
Thank you so much. Let me know if this guitar sounds good or not in the little comment chat, and I'll turn it down and stuff accordingly. So this track is called Bloom. If that was heaven coming to blow, paying point and bottle line is through. I keep on praying for a Monday day, but the question is, do you? And my other day, I'm cutting from the road. Can anybody see a background of neglect and poverty? Do you? For county ground and spirit, please return. No matter how many I stay inside, but I'm not wanting my old self, a new love I have felt. Mother, please guide me. My nature is with me. Fire looms over my spirit and soul, but if you keep on digging, the earth will show. Nurture me, my complexity will shine, and I'll keep loving you until the end of time. Watch out for me, I think I'm ready. Watch out for me, I keep on steady. Watch out for me, I think I'm ready. Watch out for me, I keep moving steady. Fire looms over my spirit and soul, but if you keep on digging, the earth will show. Nurture me, my complexity will shine, and I'll keep loving you until the end of time. Everyone hear that? Oh my, I can't hear anyone. Is that normal?
Here you go. Hello.
Oh,
Claps in the chat for LV.
Thank you so much.
That was
Sounds
so
very, very good.
Thank you.
So
I think the
good.
mic was peaking a little bit,
What are you going to do?
but yeah.
It was
It sounded
very
okay this
vibey.
end. Yeah,
Oh,
sounded
cool.
good
Very
this end.
vibey. That's my vibe. Vibey.
It's funny, like you know, when we didn't have a musical guest a couple of weeks ago, Andy, and we had
me
to
and
take
you
the
had to do
mantle,
it.
and we were like the worst sounding people in the world. And then last week Damon, and this week Elle just fucking rocks up and just absolutely smashes it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so kind.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you very
embarrassing. It's embarrassing,
Yeah.
but well done anyway.
Embarrassing.
much.
Well done,
done,
dude. Yeah, that was great, man. That was great.
Thank you
So,
so
what was
much.
that? Is that one of your new exclusives? First
Yeah.
world premiere.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the latest song that I've actually yes, that's the latest song that I've actually wrote. What's the correct one? Written?
Rayton.
Written. Yeah, so I've only played it to like a few people, so I was a little bit like, should I, shouldn't I? And I was like, yeah. So yeah, it's quite a deep song. It kind of it's basically a metaphor for I believe, like, as you get older and as you experience more things in life, you're like a little plant, and like as well as like growing, you actually like deepen like your character as well, like the roots.
Yeah,
and
makes sense.
Yeah, and like when you've sort of like been through a rough patch and everything's finally started to settle, you kind of have these expectations of like where you should be and what you should be doing, how much progress you should be making, and comparing yourself to other people's progress, and yeah, just do you. So yeah, that's what that's about.
Amen. Amen.
Good sentiment. Good sentiment.
People are like, what are your songs about to me? And I'm like, oh, go dump me. Yeah, nice.
I've got a few like that.
That was so deep. Like, I was like, wow, yeah, I really got that from it. So.
Literally deep, talking about roots.
You're literally root deep.
Root deep.
So
I am actually growing. Again, one furlough thing I've done is try and grow plants. So far I'm growing. We'll come on to you because you're a master. But so far I've grown parsley and lettuce so far.
Yeah, so sick.
Yeah,
I
so
love
I had to move my lettuce into a bigger pot because he'd outgrown it. So he's called
Yeah,
Charlie.
in space.
Charlie the
Oh,
lettuce.
little Charlie the lettuce.
Yeah, and then the parsley is called Parsley because that's also a name. So
That's a great name.
simples.
I love that name.
Simples.
Clever stuff. Yeah, so you're growing some plants, Elle, at the moment. You did share some Insta stories.
Yeah, so actually my mum is, I call her a forest witch because she is growing like absolutely everything, like berries, hybrids of berries, like all of the vegetables, all of the plants. And I never really took much notice of it. Like I remember growing up and we'd be walking like along a pavement and she'd be like, kids, what's that plant over there? And we'd be like, we don't fucking care, leave us alone. But like Furlough, we went to visit her and me and Wes, like we were in the front garden, Wes is my boyfriend, and we were just like, she was explaining to us like everything that she's got and whatnot. And we were like, and I was like, Mother, you've inspired me. It's time. So I like went back. I bought some seeds from Tesco, bought some soil from B&M, and I've just started growing shit. And it's just like, it's just so rewarding. And I just feel so proud of my plants. And I've convinced my mum that she should actually start a plant school. Because there is nothing like that around, right? Like a little course that you can go to in the evening that you just like over 6 weeks or something, one evening a week, and you just learn how to like grow shit and like how to properly look after stuff and like, yeah.
That would be good.
How
That
cool
would
would that be?
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
I would find that useful.
Yeah, right?
My mother's the same. She's a very, very green fingered, and you know,
Yes.
so you know, like things like you wouldn't expect, and like tomato. I know it sounds mental, but like tomato feed, but she puts on everything because it's great for everything.
Yeah.
And you're like, why don't they just make this not tomato feed? You know,
Yeah,
kind of
why
thing.
don't they
But,
make it
yeah, little tricks, and she loves like Gardener's World and see what Monty's up to. You know, like to get some tips off Monty Don.
Oh, who's Monty? Oh, is that the guy that used to do the garden thingy?
He still does it. Yeah, he still does it. Yeah.
I used to love that. It was on BBC One at like 7 o'clock or something. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Friday night usually. So yeah, claps in the chat for Monty Don. People.
Yeah, Monty. Is his name actually Monty Don?
I think so.
Yeah.
I
think
made
that's
that
his
up.
name.
That is Monty Don. Yeah.
Really? What
Might be
Don?
short for Montgomery, but I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
Monty. Yeah.
Might be short for Monty Donald. I don't know, but I'm sure.
Monty the Don. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm growing. At the minute, I've got a yucca, which I actually got from Morrison's for like a £5. Which yuccas are usually like really expensive, and like he's doing so well. He's like loving life, and then I bought a kiwi plant, and it won't properly fruit for another couple years, but yeah, like that's loving life. I'm trying to rescue.
That's a long game.
Yeah,
Wait a couple of years.
I'm committed. I used to listen to that kind of stuff and be like, oh my god, 3 years. But I'm here for. I'm here to look after him for the long run. And yeah, and then I'm trying to rescue Wes's mum's calla lily because that was dying. So I've like gone in like plant rescue and I've like changed the soil and like fed her and like I have different genders for the plants. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, I've got a boy and a girl. Yeah, I've got a boy.
Yeah.
You know,
So and then I've got.
It's good to give them character names.
Yeah, 100%. It just gives it more life and more meaning. I feel like you look after them a little bit more because you know they've got a sort of identity. And then I've grown 2 sweet pea plants from seed. They've literally just started to shoot yesterday. And it's so exciting. Like I've had them in the cupboard and I've been checking them every single day. And they've just got these little shoots. It's just it's so exciting. I love it.
Bang
I think
it.
if I named plants, I'd get too attached to them, and then they'd inevitably die because I didn't do very good at keeping them.
That sounds like my sister. My sister like called me up one day and said, "Oh, if we get a dog." My sister's married, and my 2 nephews are like 5 and 3. And my sister's like, "If we get a dog, will you come and look after it when we're on holiday?" And I was like, "Yeah, like of course. That sounds like quality." And then in the same phone call, she talked herself out of getting the dog because she lived the life of the dog. Like she was like, "We'll get it as a puppy, and he'll grow up with the boys, and they'll be best friends, and they'll play." But then one day he'll die, and then the boys would be really sad. oh, we won't get a dog. So in the space of a 5-minute call, she obviously in her mind, like some sort of movie, had lived this dog's life and decided, you know what, it's going to be easier to not get it, you know.
Just completely talked herself out of it in like the one phone call.
Pretty
Right,
much.
I'm just looking at the clock here, and
Oh, God,
I reckon it's about time, if you're all right, Elle, to give us another tune.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Do you want me to introduce the song like now or after?
Do you want?
However you want, mate.
You do you, boo.
All yours.
Do it now.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, cool. I'll just play it, and then I'll give a little. You guys give me your interpretation, everybody out there, of what kind of vibe you get and what the song means to you, if you like it, obviously.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Okay, stage is yours, mate.
Cool. Thank you. I have come off balance. I am often sadness with the business in my mind. Thoughts running over time, not even 100 miles per hour. Cause a 3600 seconds makes up a nice time that's flat. And a cool bullshit. What I gotta say to get in your head shit. You make a bitch think quick shit. You ain't coming up as rules. Let's get to you. Stop myself this time, I can't get high, and it's dying. Yeah, I have been set in the season. Gone with a new wind, no face, no space. Pick up your picket fence and put it with your suitcase. Take a look in your suitcase, a trip down memory lane. Women's thing. I ride solo. What it take for you to jump on the back of boy for a close rumors? I am facing mental blockage. Let it sleep. Oh, I can't hear everyone again. Oh no, I'm so lonely.
There you go.
There you go. We're here.
Cool.
Let's get some claps in the chat for that. Excellent. Another absolute banger, mate.
Thank you so much.
I got a real King Cruel vibe, even though you're very different from King Cruel. But
no,
in
I love
terms
that.
of the rhythmic change and stuff, like I definitely got a real King Cruel vibe off
Thank you so much. I love him so much. I actually thought I saw him once on a bus in Forest Hill. I was on the 185 from Victoria to Lewisham, and I thought I saw him. And I was like, as he was leaving the bus, so like this like bright red ginger guy, like guitar on his back, headphones on, in Forest Hill, which is where his mum lives. I haven't stalked him or anything.
Okay, right. That's a very specific detail.
And I was like, I went, Archie, like, because that's his proper name. And he didn't reply. And it was really awkward, but I don't know. In my mind, I'm like, I've seen him.
Either you shouted Archie at a random redhead man, or he just knew to ignore his stalker.
Just leave me the fuck alone. How does she know it's me? This is why I created a persona.
Well, that's we've got into an excellent segue. One thing I do need to say, Chris Serbin is watching. So Chris, big shout out to you and the newborn baby again.
Yeah.
Chris,
Henry, Harry, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Serbin.
Hut. So, because he was born on May the 4th. A question we ask our guests, so Clem and Elle, we ask our guests every week, who is the most famous person you've seen in Northampton? So, Clem, we'll come to you. Who is the most famous person you've seen in Northampton?
Well, the most famous people I've seen in Northampton have actually already been mentioned on this show before, because the first one was Billy Piper. Because I was in Barber's with my brothers when they were getting their hair cut, and it said in the local paper that Billy Piper was going to be signing autographs in Virgin Megastore in the Grosvenor Centre. So I said, Dad, we've got to go. We've got to go. And that was before she was on whatever she was on when she became a TV star. She just had like a couple of top 10 hits. And my dad, for some reason, agreed, and we queued for about an hour, and then had to buy the album to get the autograph. And then the second one is Dean Gaffney.
Oh,
yeah.
What did you say? That someone saw him walking through town?
My sister and Trish Hannah, so Paul's sister, my cousin Trish, saw Dean Gaffney walking around the Grosvenor Centre when they were like, I don't know, 15, and proceeded to chase him for 45 minutes saying, "Where's Wellard Robbie? Where's Wellard Robbie?" Yeah.
Oh, is that the guy who played Gary? Sorry.
He played Robbie on EastEnders. Yeah.
Sorry. Yep.
Yeah. Me and my brother saw him walking at Bridge Street when we were about 12, and we followed him because we did that weird thing where it's like, there's a semi-famous person, let's see where he's going. And then after about 10 minutes, you realise it's super weird that you're still following him around. We didn't even say anything to him, so we stopped. And then the last one, what's the guy's name? Neil Young, is it?
Paul Young.
Paul Young. Neil Young.
Paul Young's a lot less impressive than Neil. If Neil Young was in the
Neil
Lamplighter, I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, so yeah, Paul Young was in the Lamplighter, and the chefs made me go and get his autograph, which was super awkward, but we had to do it. We had to do it.
I mean, especially if you didn't know who he was.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron, Jesse, and Aoife for making you get the autograph.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I was going to say another one, but I've forgotten it. Shit. That's not useful broadcast, is it? Let's move on.
Right, Elle. Who have you got, Elle? So who's the most famous person you've seen in Northampton?
Thought of one. Or a few. It's so do you guys know Skin Dread?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Proper throwback. For those of you who don't know Skin Dread, they're like a metal reggae, but they're from Wales. It's really random.
I think they describe themselves as ragga.
Love that. Ragga. So a ragga band. And they were playing, I think, how many years ago was it? It must have been like maybe 4 years ago now, because I must have been like 18, 19, I can't remember. But yeah, so they were playing at the Roadmender. They play at the Roadmender a lot, but after we went to the King Billy, because there was an after party, and they were all there. And then basically I ended up going to MB's with them.
No
Of all the places.
It was so shit. And then the DJ with he's got like blonde hair. I don't know if he's left now, but he walked me home because he didn't want me to walk home by myself. It was really sweet, but
that's what they say.
But their roadie was being really creepy with me and trying to get on me, and the DJ guy was like, I don't fucking trust him, so they both walked me home. It was so weird. But the most embarrassing bit is, as we were leaving the King Billy, I said to the DJ, because I don't know them, I don't know who does what. Like, I'll go to see them like for a laugh, like with my friends, but I'm not like a massive fan. But I said to the DJ, I was like, oh, so how long have you been playing guitar for? And one of like the ladies who was trying to sort of like hang on to the group and like be part of like our little MB's group was like, oh my God, he's a DJ, how embarrassing and stuff. And I was like, sorry.
I mean, to be honest, weird. I think he might have just been saying it to him. He's a DJ, how embarrassing. Maybe not. Maybe they were saying it. Maybe she was just being really rude.
Not even a real musician.
I have an amazing skin dread story that you have reminded me of. So on my, 24th, 25th birthday,
better be good now, Andy.
Oh, it is good. It is good. My old band in Southampton supported Skin Dread at Southampton University. It was on my birthday. And the promoter put us on, and he got a birthday cake for me and had it backstage. So the singer from Skin Dread was like, whose birthday is it? And I was like, oh, it's mine. He said, yeah, we'll fucking get pissed later on. So I was like, wicked. So I'm like, after we've played and then they're on, I think, they come off and they've done their encore and he needs a piss. So I'm stood there eating birthday cake and he runs into the backstage and said, have you got a cup? And I said, yeah. And he gets a plastic cup off me, whips his fella out and just wheezes in the cup, like faced away from me, but like, and he's just like, are you having a good birthday then, mate? And I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm having a pretty good birthday. And then he's like, just puts the pint of piss back, runs back on stage and does like 3 songs encore. It was unbelievable. It's the most professional thing I've ever seen in my life. Like such professionalism. Yeah, unbelievable. But you reminded me of that amazing.
Don't you find it so weird how I don't mean this offensively. I just find it so weird that they're Welsh. Like I just because like they're just so, I don't know, they look so like big and scary, and then like when they speak it's like so lovely and welcoming and like just light-hearted and nice, and I find it so random that they're Welsh.
Yeah,
some of the world's favourite musicians come from Wales, don't
100%, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Charlotte Church.
That's it. That's what you need, isn't it?
That's the one. That's the one everyone thinks of when they think of Wales.
She's probably been to MB's as well.
She probably has. Who's another famous person? Because you said you thought of a couple.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I meant like the group of Skin Dread.
Well, I've remembered the one that I previously forgot. I didn't meet him, but me and my dad used to always go and watch Edwin Starr when he would perform at the Balloon Festival in the 90s. And I guess my dad got a job backstage or something, and he said to me, I'm gonna get his autograph, but you need to write something, draw a picture, make it look nice, and then I'll get that signed for you. And I was like 6. I actually didn't know what he looked like. But every time we'd seen him before, we were in the crowd too far back. I couldn't really see what was going on. So I drew a picture of a white man wearing bright pink shorts and a green crop top. And it said, it's Edwin Starr tomorrow. And he signed it. I've got his autograph. He signed that picture.
Do you still have the picture? Do you still have it?
I've got it. I'm not going to try and find it now, but I've still got it somewhere. I've still got Billy Piper's autograph as well.
Do you still have your Billy Piper autograph, Nick?
No, I don't think so. Dan might still have the Book of Mormon.
Why?
It was Dan's Book of Mormon. It was Dan's Book of Mormon. Yeah, he was like, we were in the queue together, me and Dan. It was fucking the weirdest thing ever.
Good.
Sorry,
God.
Elle, were you going to say something?
Oh no, that's okay. I was going to say I thought of another one. It's Milton Keynes, so it's not Northampton. So it's a bit of a cheat. I'm so sorry. I'm loyal. I'm loyal to NN. But I remember being really young, and we were in MK Shopping Centre, and I was with my mum and a family friend who's basically sort of like my nan, and they saw Rutger Hauer.
Oh, Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer.
How do you say it? I don't know how you say it.
Rutger Hauer.
Yeah, that
From
him.
Blade Runner.
Yes, him. And like my mum's all-time favorite film is Blade Runner.
That's
and we're in the queue for like I don't know how long. It must have been hours, and they were like crying, and it was just so weird. It was really weird. But I guess I didn't meet him. But
again, Elle, a story of yours has brought something back up for me. I have also met Rutger Hauer, and it was also at the Milton Keynes Shopping Centre.
Maybe it was the same one.
It would have been the same one. It would have been the same one.
It would have been the same one. I would have been like 7 or 8. Oh my god!
I was probably 30 probably. So when that happened, so no. It was a sci-fi convention in the middle where John Lewis is. So they had.
Oh yeah, that big open square.
Yeah, the big open where they do exhibitions at John Lewis and MK. And I went shopping. I don't know why I'm doing this as well. Thank you, Clem, for pointing that out. Yeah, and basically, I went shopping with my mum and sister, and it was like I always hated it. Like, oh, I don't want to go. Anyway, we walk out of John Lewis, and there's a sci-fi convention on. And I mean, I don't know if you can see me, but I like sci-fi things. So I was like, yes, here we go. And I met Rutger Hauer, David Prowse, the body of Darth Vader, Anthony Giles Head from Buffy, he was there, and Ray Parker as well, who played Darth Maul. So. Yes, I was at the exact same thing and just walked around it for like 20 minutes. Like
a freaking small world. Oh my lord!
Thank you for reminding me of that one.
That's okay.
Your mum is Elle. Your mum is saying that she's got Rutger Hauer's autograph. She's in the YouTube comments.
Of course she is. Oh, I love you so much, Mum. You're actually really cool.
Yeah, she is. She's talking about her Rutger Hauer experience and a great taste in Blade Runner, which brings us on again, a great segue into recommendations while everyone's in lockdown. What we're watching. In fact, weirdly, I watched Blade Runner the other day, so
I haven't seen it. I need to watch it.
I'll be honest. I hated it the first time I watched it. I hated it the second time I watched it, and then I bought it on DVD for some weird reason. Watched it a third time, and it's one of my favorite films now. So I just was really stupid. Yeah, I think I was just really stupid and didn't get it. So, so we'll start with Clem. What recommendations have you got for people? Even though you probably haven't been watching telly because you've been hard at work.
I'm a person that watches so much telly that I forget anything that I've actually watched. You know when you stream like a whole season in a night, and that means that you don't remember any of it within a week. So I've watched a lot, but I don't have any apart from the thing that I'm genuinely really excited and keeping on top of is Celebrity SAS Who Dares Win, which is a fucking crazy show.
Is it good?
There's a lot of it's amazing. It's horrible and amazing. It's like Love Island, but no love at all. They're not on an island. They have to join the SAS.
It's like putting celebrities through the ringer, basically. Just
they
ruining their life for a bit.
And Katie Price was on it. I'm just hyped because I think Joey Essex is going to win. Joey Essex goes on programs and he just wins them. That's what happens. He's a little idiot, but he just wins stuff. That's all he does is win.
I don't even know who he is.
You don't know who Joey Essex is?
No.
Well,
he's not special.
I don't think it's important for you to know who he is.
Okay.
But that's my program. Actually, I haven't seen the latest one, so he might not even be in it anymore. But I hope he is because I think he's going to win. That's my trashy TV recommendation.
Cool. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Watch some celebrities being broken down, their characters destroyed, and then their They don't win anything either. They just say to them at the end, "Yeah, you could be in the SAS. That's it. Go home. Thank you."
Bye.
Yeah, sounds fucking
Elle,
great. I'd love to see celebrities get put through the ringer.
Yeah,
That's
it's
Yeah, I might watch
awful.
that. Yeah.
Before we ask Elle for her recommendations, there is actually a question for Elle in the chat. Our good friend Emma asks, Elle, have you got any DJ sets on Mixcloud or anywhere? And if not, have you ever considered it?
That makes me so happy. The thing is, I'm such a tech phobe. I am 22 years old and I am really scared of technology. Like I like the thing about recording mixes and stuff. I just think, oh, it's just so much so many cables and so much software and stuff. But I definitely think I need to consider it. And also, Richie Kellingray, is that how you say his last name? He's a really good local DJ, and he has basically organised like a live stream of like mall sets like we would anyway, and I'm involved in that chat. So I think I'm going to try and get involved in that next week, and then look at recording maybe like a vinyl set live, because we've got some decks here. I'm isolating at my boyfriend's house because in my flat with 3 of us for however many weeks with no cats and no garden, like what, I couldn't do that. So I decided to isolate here. So we've got decks, we've got vinyl. But yeah, thank you for reminding me. I've been focusing more on like music. I've been learning the flute and doing lots of singing and stuff, but I definitely think it'd be nice to have sort of like a little break in that and get back on my DJing. So follow me on Instagram if you're not already, Emma, and I will cook up something for you soon. Thank you so much.
Banging, lovely stuff.
Yeah.
So what recommendations have you got?
Yeah.
So maybe a couple of things. So music, first of all. I don't know if you guys know a producer called Knowledge. No, it's Knowledge, but instead of the O, it's an X. I'll put a little thing on my story after this, so whoever wants to can listen. But he's just brought out a new album called 1988, and album of the year. It is absolutely incredible. All of the samples are just so sick. Like it's insane. Like it is a work of art. You know, one of those albums that just make you want to like write like an essay on it, like, and you just want to dive in and like proper analyze everything, and it's just it's incredible. So I definitely recommend listening to that album. TV, Netflix, we watched a really cool documentary called I can't remember what it was called. It was basically where like there was this big sort of like scandal with the drug testing labs in America. I don't know if any of you guys watched it.
No, the pharmacist.
Was it?
Yeah. It's something like that, where like they were on in America, like whenever there's a court case like involving drugs, like samples of the evidence get sent over to a lab where they have to actually test and identify
like what you're on about. How to a drug scandal.
Yeah. It was like
how to make a drug scandal or something like that.
It's something like that. But basically, like this woman, well, two women, well, one woman was on drugs. She was like actually just taking all the fucking drugs, and like it was crazy. Over like 30,000 samples were like messed with. And it's like a true story and everything. So like she was on acid, and she was like, no, I didn't process any samples that afternoon. I can't remember it, but it showed on that day that she had like put loads of samples through as like positive for heroin. So like, and one was sugar. So one guy obviously is like just gone to jail for like, it's fucking insane. It is insane. And then the other lady, she basically wanted to be like the best scientist in the lab. So she didn't even test the sample. She just looked at something and went, yeah, that's coke, that's heroin. It's absolutely insane. Oh, again, I'll try and find it and put a little like thing in my story, but that's pretty good. And then also we've been watching
my favorite part of that. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
Oh no, I'm lagging. I was going to say my favourite part of that show is when this woman who's supposed to be testing drugs so that she can send people to prison for dealing drugs runs out of drugs because she takes all of the drugs in the lab, and so she just starts cooking. She starts cooking crack at her desk.
And in the toilet, I was like, what the fuck? And they didn't even clock.
And then she just goes to the toilet every half an hour just smoking crack.
It's fucking
no
mental.
one has a clue.
I'm like, how didn't you notice? Like, what the? And there was like, it's crazy. Watch it, because I was like, I was like,
it's one of those ones.
If you want to watch
I've skimmed
something
over.
for every 5 minutes, you're like, what the fuck?
Literally, like, I was watching it on the bed and Wes was playing Xbox and he was just sort of listening to it, and he kept turning around like, and then he just turned off the Xbox and was like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
the Xbox.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Turn it off. Yeah, and then another one, we've been watching loads of Archer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love Archer.
On Netflix, so that's been cool. And then one I would recommend that I haven't watched recently because I've watched all of the series. I might watch it all again, to be fair, but it's called Greenleaf, and it's like it's sort of like a drama TV series about this like African American church, and it just involves I fucking love gospel music, maybe a bit too much for an agnostic. Like, I don't think I believe in God, but oh my god, I can listen to gospel all day, every day. But it involves so much gospel, so much like drama. So that's my sort of. It's fiction. It's not real. But
what's that on, Elle?
That's on Netflix as well. Yeah,
okay,
it's
cool.
called Greenleaf. So that's really cool. Yeah,
that sounds fun.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Nick, what you got?
Honest to God, like nothing new. Like
I
was trying to
Philadelphia. Still.
I was trying to wrap my brains, like thinking, oh, maybe I should watch something new this week, but no, I haven't. I've literally watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia again, and
oh my,
we're now
so much of that.
It's good, isn't it? We're now six weeks into the show, and I remember saying on the first episode that I've been watching that. But other than that, my little boy Seb demanded that we watched Ferris Bueller. Okay?
Oh, what?
He's got great taste. What? How old is he?
Yeah, he's 7, right? It's a wicked film, obviously. And he was like, yeah, I've watched it before a few times. I was like, okay, cool. Well, let's watch it together again. The amount of fucking swear words in that film. And I was like, Jesus, we got 45 minutes in, and I think like the word shit had been said 25 times. I was like, well, if we've seen it before, what's the worst that can happen? So we just watched it again.
I remember once my mum's very like liberal. She's, swearing and stuff was sort of like allowed. There wasn't a lot of rules in my household growing up. And I remember I think we got this magazine and there was like a copy of RoboCop or something similar like in it, like that we had. And I must have been about 6 or 7. And I must have been younger than that, maybe like 5 or 6. She put in the DVD and we started watching it, and like within the first few minutes someone's head like got decapitated and I just started bawling my eyes out, and she was like, I'm so sorry, but she really wanted to watch it, so she just kept it on.
Like it or lump it, basically.
Yeah, no.
Bang it.
You turned out all right, I suppose.
You turned out
Any
fine.
response to that, Elle's mum, in the comments?
Yeah, any response? Do you remember? Yeah, do you remember? Yeah, your mum said classic, hilarious, and watched it too. So your mum's actually confirmed that. Yeah, I did sit and watch RoboCop.
Fucking mental.
I mean, that is a bang for. I mean, I had a similar thing growing up where my mum was. I mean, I was a bit older. I'll be honest. I wasn't 5, but I had seen a few like.
Yeah, mum.
I think I saw Alien when I was like 12 or something. Because my mum was like, it's complete make believe. We were never allowed to watch like serial killer stuff because that was like out of bounds. But in terms of like horror, and if it was a monster or an alien, it was always like a creature in that sense.
That's a good sort of ethos to go by. Sorry, Cam.
I want to combine the things you shouldn't have watched as a child and recommendations. And people should be watching Barbarella. That's what people should be watching.
I've never seen that.
Me and my brother were like, I think I was like 7, and it was on telly. So we put the VHS in and we recorded it. and we just watched it like every day for a year. And it's about a woman who is gonna save the universe by just having sex with everyone. Basically, that's what it's about.
I mean,
is it like a
It's
70s?
amazing.
Is it a
I love it
70s
so
thing?
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Jane Fonda.
That's it. I'm with you now.
Jane Fonda wearing like almost
Still
nothing, but
tinfoil.
if wearing anything, it's made of like plastic or shiny tape and shit. And it's amazing. I love it so much. I've got a poster of it in my bedroom.
Bang,
Emma is correct by saying that's where Duran Duran got their name from.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it's exactly where they got their name from.
It is. That's the bad guy's name in the film.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
really cool. I've got I've got another recommendation that I just remembered. Have you guys heard of Dolomite?
Yeah, the Eddie Murphy thing.
Yeah, so have you seen it?
I haven't. No, it's on my list. I haven't watched it.
So originally Dolomite, he was like this. He's known as sort of like the godfather of rap, really, because he started in maybe like this, I think it was like the 60s and 70s, and he was a comedian, but he would make sort of cupcake poems, like sort of like rhyme in 2 lines, and it would like be so funny, and like it was really important in sort of like African American like culture. And Eddie Murphy did a film, sort of like a biopic sort of thing, like sort of documenting his life, and it is so funny. It is so funny. That's on Netflix as well, so I'd really recommend watching that if you want to laugh.
My Name is Dolomite, I think it's called.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I've got it saved. I've got it saved on my list. My only recommendation's a bit sad this week and a bit serious, but I watched Normal People on BBC iPlayer. I've got it. It's really good. It's my friend read the book and was raving about how good this series was. So I think like last week I sat down, watched the whole thing in one day, and it's just basically about a guy and girl who meet in school and the complication of their relationship through to like the end of uni and kind of how their lives intersect with each other. You got to be in the right headspace, I suppose, for it, but it's both crushing and elevating at the same time. So if people want to check it out, people already have probably. In fact, Tommy said he's watching that now as he speaks.
Is he watching 2 things at the same time?
Yeah, how are you doing that?
That's amazing.
Can't multitask. I mean,
probably doing that and playing Cooking Mama at the same time on his Switch.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, everyone, there's a few people in the chat saying, so yeah, Normal People.
Fucking Polly! Hello, Polly.
I watched a lot of it last night, and it's like a really nice, tender look at relationships and how you can fuck things up by not communicating, basically.
Yes.
And a little bit of depression and that. But also, you have to be aware you are going to have to watch some teenagers have sex, which for me was a little bit uncomfortable, to be honest.
Yeah. The sex is a bit raunchy in parts.
I mean, the actors are probably not teenagers, because famously actors play a lot younger than they are. But
that would be against the law.
They would have us believe that they are, and that's what. Yeah, quite a lot of that. So.
Clem, no spoilers.
But it's really good.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Really
no spoilers. We're getting told.
No spoilers, but they definitely have sex loads in it. If you want to see something with loads of sex in it, watch that.
Yeah. That's when the first 10 minutes that happens. So.
You can expect that. You can expect that. Yeah. Right. Sorry, Elle. We are now well over our normal allotted time.
We've flown by. Yeah, this has been a good one.
Fucking hell. I could do another fucking 5 hours of this. Shall we do? Fuck it. Should we do another 5 hours?
Before we end the show, firstly, Clem, just remind us where people can check you out.
At Stuff Made by Clem on Instagram.
Banging. Thank you very much.
Where we can see your progress on the van and any other crazy fucking creative, inspirational stuff that you're doing. And Elle, with yourself, obviously you're across a few different things with your DJing and songwriting and stuff. Is there music that we can hear on Spotify with you?
Yeah, so I've got a track out on Spotify. And my page is just Elle Delaney. So I've got a track out on Spotify with a rapper. And then obviously I'm like in the process of recording my EP with those 2 tracks you just previously heard. And in a couple of weeks, maybe even a week actually, I have a really exciting release coming out with quite a big producer. So it's not my usual style. It's kind of a bit more sort of like upbeat, a bit of like an Afrobeat sort of fusion. But yeah, it's a bit of a summer anthem. So keep your eyes peeled. Yeah. So on Instagram as well.
Hopefully we can all hear it before summer starts and then get ready.
And then get ready for it.
And then hopefully lockdown happens and then we can all dance to it outside as well.
Exactly.
There we go.
Yeah, get some outside spaces.
Is it vain to play it on my own DJ set? I don't know.
No, not really.
Nope.
No,
yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Right then.
Well, thank you very much
that's
for joining
it
us
for this week.
Yeah, so good. Thanks for everyone in the chats joining us as well. Remember, if you can take a picture, tag us, let us know how you're watching the show.
Oh yeah, shit. Should we do a Vogue?
Yeah, we need to do a Vogue. So everyone pose. So
if you're not watching on your phone, take a picture of where you're watching it, and then we can all do a little.
Okay, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and we vogue. So someone last week caught my sweat patches. I'm dry tonight, baby, and I'm wearing
I would have
grey
some
again.
if I did.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
Mitchum.
Look at that. Yeah, it's actually what I use. Thank you, Clem.
I use Mitchum too.
Yeah, heavy duty stuff. Mitchum is the one.
The NN Social sponsored by Beer Garage and Mitchum.
And Mitchum.
Yeah, and Mitchum. So thank you very much everyone for joining us tonight, and thank you again, Elle, and thank you, Clem. And if you want to join me and Nick to watch Spinal Tap on Friday, hit us up. We're going to be watching it live on the YouTube channel. So so
we'll share the link on the NN Social Instagram, so you can all join us. If anyone wants to actually join us and talk about it whilst we're watching, feel free to let us know, and we'll all have a couple of beers and chinwag whilst we watch the film. And we'll see you next week, same time, Wednesday, 8 p.m. with Josh, hopefully.
Oh.
Yes. Loves Josh.
Cheers to Josh.
Now you just have
See
to
you later,
wait
guys.
until we end the stream.
Bye. 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 Bye.